fans, I'm Lauren Lynch and this is Tennis Now, your source for the latest tennis news now. They both sat out during the US Open Series so far, but Venus and Serena Williams gave a big boost to American Championship hopes. The Williams sisters have agreed to play for the US Fed Cup team against defending champion Italy in November's final, making the USA a major favorite to reclaim the Fed Cup championship. They won last time in 2000. The final will be staged on an indoor hardcourt at San Diego Sports Arena November 6th through 7th and should feature at least 3 Grand Slam singles champs like Serena, Venus, and French Open champion Francesca Schiavone, who will lead Italy along with Flavia Pennetta. The Williams sisters will join the core US Fed Cup group, including US Open quarterfinalists Melanie Oudin, Bethany Maddox-Sands, and Liesl Huber, who have led the US to a second straight Fed Cup final. U.S. captain Mary Jo Fernandez said, "As captain, you always want to have your best players. I'm very excited that Venus and Serena have made themselves available for the Fed Cup final." A bigger question remains, will both sisters actually play in the final? Remember, Serena committed to playing last November's final on red clay in Italy, but pulled out days before the final, prompting U.S. Davis Cup captain Patrick McEnroe to rip Serena as a poser in his book. "I thought it was particularly galling that Serena pulled out of Fed Cup," McEnroe wrote in his book, Hardcourt Confidential. "If you don't want to play, say so. Don't yank everyone's chain. The thing is that's bothering me is I had a suspicion she had no intention of going from the get-go." Serena owns a 7-0 Fed Cup record that has not played ever since 2007. Will Serena play this time around? How will the USA respond if she pulls out again? Stay tuned. Some things are better left unsaid. Drama ensues between Ivanovic and the Rogers Cup. It all began when Montreal tournament director Eugene LaPierre initially declined Anna Ivanovic's request for a wild card for next week's Rogers Cup, but went a step further than a simple no by saying that Ivanovic's recent slide meant that she did not deserve a wild card. LaPierre told the Montreal Gazette she is not the same as a player who has been injured and away for a while. She is one who drops down to number 65 not because of an injury. They were surprising comments because of the fact that former world number 1 Ivanovic offered to play qualifying, a rarity for a Grand Slam champion, and her presence would have generated global attention for a tournament in need of some star power. The public slight seemed to both hurt and inspire Ivanovic. The 2008 French Open champion knocked off Stanford champion Victoria Azarenka in the opening round of Cincinnati, and is now a win away from a possible blockbuster semifinal with US Open champion Kim Clijsters. LaPierre apparently realized his mistake and offered Ivanovic a wild card into the main draw on Tuesday, but Ivanovic rejected the offer. "I would have loved to have played in Montreal, but I was quite hurt by the comments of Mr. LaPierre," Ivanovic said in a statement. "I don't think his comments were necessary, and they contradicted everything he had told my management previously. The fact that my original request was turned down isn't really an issue. I would have been happy to play qualifying, but I felt they kind of stepped over the line with this interview, making public our correspondence and even misrepresenting it. Montreal's loss is New Haven's gain as Ivanovic accepted a wild card into the pilot pen in New Haven. He doesn't have the washboard abs of Rafa, the resume of Roger, or the entertaining impressionistic skills of Novak Djokovic. In fact, he doesn't have a top 40 ranking, but David Nalbandian has emerged as the star of the US Open Series. In his first tournament after a 3-month layoff due to a hamstring injury, Nalbandian tore up the field by winning in Washington, D.C. last Sunday, which was his first tournament title in American soil. This skyrocketed his ranking 72 spots to number 45. The world's top 4 players have reached the Rogers Cup quarterfinals in Toronto this week, and Nalbandian is on his career best 11-match winning streak, and joins them after beating both world number 12 David Ferrer and 5th-ranked Robin Soderling. Former world number 3 Nalbandian will carry a 15-2 hard court record into his quarterfinal playing Andy Murray, with the winner of the match possibly playing world number 1 Nadal in the semifinals. Nalbandian is one of few players on even terms with Nadal. They have split 4 career matches. Surprisingly, tennis's top 10 may well hope Nalbandian continues his role, so he will be seeded rather than emerge as a dangerous floater at the US Open. Well, that wraps us up for today. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Lauren Lynch and this is Tennis Now. Thanks for watching. See you Monday.